Good morning and welcome to Unity of Greater Hartford. My name is Reverend Christine Boylan, and it is wonderful to see you all here in the sanctuary this morning, and of course to know that others are watching on Facebook and on our website. Well, I want to let you know that on Friday evening, there was a brief memorial service for a dear congregant, Scott Harrison, and that was a very short for family at the funeral home. But his partner Mary and I are arranging a celebration of his life here in the church sanctuary sometime in October. And as soon as we have the date selected, we will let you know. In the meantime, please keep Mary and all of Scott's family and numerous friends in prayer for peace and comfort. And of course, that's the perfect time to remind you of our prayer candle lighting table in the back of the sanctuary. Please feel free to go to that table right there in the corner and light a little candle. And there's a video. Well, I don't know what to pray. What should I pray? There's affirmation cards. Take one of the affirmation cards and use it as your prayer. And of course, take the affirmation card with you and incorporate it to your daily prayer practice. Now, Scott's not here. Well, next time I see Scott Seuss, if you don't know who he is, ask him. He's not here right now, but he power washed the front of the church, and so out of the goodness of his heart. And so thank you, Scott, for your wonderful work in doing that. Now, I want to also let you know that several people who were here last Sunday have developed COVID. They got in touch with me and they said, hey, just want to let you know I tested positive. And gratefully, they were all vaccinated. So not serious, just feeling like, bad cold. But I wanted to let you know that. And so if you don't have a mask and you want to wear a mask, just raise your hand and the greeters have them. They'll be able to bring you one. They're individually wrapped. And so you could, take and use one of those. And if you're not vaccinated, I'm going to really ask you to think about whether or not you want to be in the community room removing your mask to eat. That might not be a smart move for you, but that's your decision. And we bless and know that you spiritually are healthy, whole, and vital, and we see all of us expressing that. Now, tomorrow, my sabbatical starts. Many of you know that. Yeah. See, they're all happy to get rid of me. I'm teasing. But as you know, we created a document called Who Does What to let people know who's kind of doing what. And that is posted on the bulletin board across from the kitchen. So if you have a question, you can certainly go there. And of course, you remember that, if you don't find your name, right, on that document, your name is there. It's all in the white spaces, and there's a lot of white spaces. So your name is there over and over again. And that it really, I'm really grateful and I'm honored for this gift that you have given me. And I wonder if you know that even when I leave, that there's a part of that gift that stays here for you. I don't know if you know that. And so that part of the gift is to step up, is to really know that you're owners of this church. So that means you pray first, right? That means that you're here on Sunday. And that means that you're in sacred service on Sunday. And that means that you give of your financial resources. Often what happens, thankfully doesn't happen that often here, that when the minister is away, everyone stays home. They stay home and they don't give. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And so I'm cautioning you to not do that. Because then it's like, well, this gift you gave to me then ends up harming the church. So that doesn't make any sense. So it's really important that I do my job in these 30 days of getting, rejuvenated, and you, as the owners of the church, do your job. And so I'm grateful for this gift, and I'm grateful for all of you who have told me that you're right there. You are stepping up and stepping in to an empowerment and knowing that this is your church. So thank you for the gift when I'm away and when you're here. It's a twofold gift, and I appreciate it. Now, we handed out a Sunday bulletin with words to our song and to those in the sanctuary. And I'm going to ask that you make sure that you take those papers with you. There's a big basket in the atrium on the table with all the picnic stuff. So just leave them in that basket, and then they'll get recycled. And if you're online, you can obtain today's bulletin from our website, unityhartford.org. So let's look at that and together affirm what we know about unity, our welcome affirmation. Let's say that together. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And so here at Unity, we welcome, value, and include everyone. And so again, welcome to all of you this morning, those in the sanctuary as well as those watching on our website. And of course, if you're watching on Facebook, you know what to do. Do I need to even say it? No, I don't. All right, just tell everybody you're here, okay? And send up those emojis, and we appreciate your presence there. So let us pray. Let us take this time right now to get centered in prayer. And our August affirmation, which is also on your bulletin and also on the home page of the website, is, as I pray first, I ignite my spiritual power of faith, and I embrace the truth that God and I are one. So this morning we pray, affirming that we have all the faith we could ever need or want or desire. Affirming that God and I are one. And as we embrace this truth, we become the very expression of God, able to demonstrate harmony, love, openness, curiosity, power, wisdom, understanding, zeal, health, wholeness, vitality. And we see with our spiritual eyes, we feel that God power moving in and through us right now. And as we take a moment in silence, allow yourself to become aware of the presence of God in you. In you, as you, in the silence. As I pray first, I ignite my spiritual power of faith, and I embrace the truth that God and I are one. And I am grateful. And so it is. Amen. So Carolyn, welcome. Good morning, dear one. Welcome. Good morning to our music director, Carolyn Fisher. Hello, hello.
Good morning. Hello.
And so please lead us in our first song.
Thank you. This morning we're going to be singing Opening Up to the Good. So find your lyrics and stand if you're comfortable doing so, and let's open this Sunday with some song. I am opening up to the good. I am opening up to the good. I am opening up to the good that is my life. I am opening up to the joy. I am opening up to the joy. I'm opening up to the joy that is my life. I am opening up to the peace. I am opening up to the peace. I am opening up to the peace that is my life. I am opening up to the love. Let me hear you. I am opening up to the love. I am opening up to the love that is my life. I am opening, 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 I am opening to the good that is my life. One more time. I am opening, 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 I am opening to the good that is my life.
Good morning to everyone. Is my mic on? Okay. Good morning to everyone here in the sanctuary and to all of you looking in through our virtual window. My name is Kate, and I am delighted to be your worship assistant. It's a great day to be here on the eve of Reverend Christine's sabbatical, huh? There's a lot going on, so I urge you to take out your calendars and let me let you know what is happening here in the next month or so. Well, let me start off with today. Reverend Christine will be concluding the Sunday Talk series using the book Unity in World Religions. And today's topic is about unity and Buddhism. And as many of you know, throughout this series, you've been invited to join us in a live discussion designated by that green tablecloth after the service in the Shea Community Room. And for all of you online, you're just as important. We can join in that discussion tomorrow night at 6:30. And it's for an hour, and the information, the link, the Zoom link is on our website, and it's also in our newsletter. Now, can you believe that next week is going to start to be September? Oh my goodness. We are going to get fully nourished with our annual World Day of Prayer on September 7th. And what I love about this is, again, it's going to be live in our church sanctuary and online. So please join the prayer chaplains that are going to be leading this sacred time. Right now it's Deborah Giddings, Marie Minute, Louise DeMille, and Lynn Lennon. It will be an hour service beginning at 6:30. And again, it will be live streamed via our Facebook page and our website. And today, and our theme for this year is Holding the High Watch. And that's, of course, what we do every day here at Unity, the prayer chaplains. But it feels good having it be for everyone here. So come in person if able, and I'm sure the energy again will be amazing. You'll probably be floating out of here. And if you haven't already submitted your prayer requests, please do so. We have sheets right there in the atrium. Indicate just the first names. And don't forget to include your own name. I mean, we could all use a little more prayer. And we haven't left the online group out because later this week, you'll be able to fill out a form online. And again, put it on your calendar, September 7th. It's the first Wednesday of September, and your presence makes a difference. All right. Reverend Christine has personally put together what she calls the prayer book basket. Now, you can't read it while driving, yet in a sacred setting, the side effects are that you could alter your perspective, taking your prayer time into a whole new dimension. And so we could maybe have a drum roll here. It includes, thank you, 3 books, these books actually. A Closer Walk with God by Jim Rosemergy. We all know who he is, right? Teach Us to Pray by Charles and Cora Fillmore. Thank God for Prayer by Russell Lake. And The Golden Key by Emmett Fox. There is a CD as well with meditative affirmations. So all of these paired together will only enhance your own spiritual practice. Now, what's it all worth, you ask? Huh? Right? You asked, right? Okay. It's priceless. And you could be the lucky winner. Excuse me. Via Unity, it's like... you could, what is it? I did write this down, and I probably should be doing it. You could be chosen by divine appointment, right? But you have to play, just like you have to do in Unity, action, right? So let me tell you to receive the full benefit, okay? The raffle tickets are as follows. 1 for $5. You can double that donation and get 3 chances, or double that donation to 20 and get 7 chances to be the divine appointed person to receive it. And hopefully, I know that it will change up your life, and hopefully you'll share it with us. Now, if I confused you, because math isn't my total thing, okay? The high table in the atrium has all the directions. And for you online, you can actually, again, buy the tickets online as well. And you don't have a lot of time, though, because there's only 2 weeks. On Sunday, September 4th, they're going to pick the person, and you don't need to be present to win. Just know that this has been put together with love. Okay, last but not least, we could have another drum roll, because for our talented uni bakers and fun makers, save the date for Sunday, September 25th. We have slated for our annual church picnic and cookie contest. Yes, that's right. We are giving you ample time to start thinking about what delectable cookie you're going to make. Now, I don't know if any of the winners from last year's, contest are here. If you are, you could stand up. Good. None of them are here. So all, do your thing now. They don't know about it. Start thinking about whatever recipe you're going to put together. All right? And we're all stepping up our game. And you online, you're not getting away with it. You need to do it as well, okay? It's going to be at Nevers Park, again, right here in South Windsor, beginning after church around noon. And you have the opportunity also to be part of a team. We have 3, I'll get that right? Setting up and hospitality, games and other creative fun, and of course the cookie contest. So whatever resonates, please sign up. That too is in the atrium. You can sign up. And a board member will be in touch with you in a couple of weeks to start organizing. So write that date down, September 25th, and just add more fun to your life. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so as you can tell. All right. And now it's greeting time. And we are continuing to remain in our pews as we say the Gandhi blessing. As many of you know, the Gandhi blessing is meant to be a call and response. So as you repeat after me from your heart space, speak to each other in the sanctuary. And for those of you online, think of the people that you want to send blessings to or visualize them. And let's all affirm and release the power of these words to the world as only each of us can do. So let's stand up. Some of you have already done that. And repeat after me. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. Our wisdom flows from the highest source. And I salute that source in you. Let's work together for unity and peace. We can all sit down now. So please join me in our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life, God the good omnipotence. Amen. And now it's an opportunity to go a little deeper as I read today's daily word, and that is gratitude. And we affirm, gratitude is my natural state of mind. And the message, what joy it is to feel gratitude rising from my heart and filling my mind. Feeling grateful makes me aware of the all-encompassing presence of God, including the divine within me. When I live from my spiritual nature, gratitude becomes the song of my heart. I don't need to wait for a reason to feel grateful. When I live with an attitude of gratitude, I find the good in every situation, the blessings that can come from any adversity, and the presence of God in every aspect of life. Practicing gratitude opens my eyes to the blessings that are present and opens my heart to receive even more. I give thanks for an unlimited world, blissful peace, and perfect wholeness. And of course, the Bible verse is from Psalm 95:2. Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us make a joyful noise to him with songs of praise. Again, the daily word for today is gratitude, and I know that this affirmation is what we continue to do each and every day. Let's affirm it again. Gratitude is my natural state of mind. And so it is. Reverend Christine.
Thank you, Kate. Before we go right into our giving time, I wanted to let you in on something. Recently, many of you probably got a letter from me. If you had completed the annual commitment card, it was a thank you letter. And if you didn't complete one, well, I sent you a commitment card, a 6-month commitment card, so that you would be able to participate in a commitment of prayer, sacred service, and giving. And in response to that, a member came up to me recently and said, Reverend Christina, I'm doing an experiment. I got your letter, and I'm trying an experiment. I went, okay. And she said, well, do you remember way back when you did Keys to the Kingdom, you said to everyone, pick a number that you're comfortable giving every single week. Pick a number. And you asked us to write it down. And so I did that. And then you said, add $1 to that. And I was like, but all right, I did that. And at the end of a month of doing that, I realized I hadn't missed the $4. So that's interesting. So she decided the next month what she would do is add $2 every week. And at the end of that month, she realized she hadn't missed the $8. She did that the 3rd month, the 4th month. She's still doing it. And she still does not feel the loss. She says, I think I'm beginning to understand the elasticity, the expansion of the spiritual law of abundance. And I thought, yeah, you're onto it. You are definitely onto it. So I'm going to leave you with that as an idea for yourself, if you're curious to participate in an experiment like that and see how you can expand your vision of what prosperity is. And of course, there's all kinds of other things that have happened in her life that she's very grateful for. But I thought I would share that with you. So, with that, if our ushers could come forward, please. And as they do, I'm reminding you that you can give with your credit card online Up in the upper right on our website, there's the Donate Register button. And here in the church, or certainly by mail, you can give of your checks and your cash. And if you're online, we want you to participate. We want you to know that you're also owners of this church. And so just make a little note to yourself so that when the service is over, you'll remember to go up to our website and give. Because this is a time in our service when we have the opportunity to experience and express gratitude, love, and prosperity, that spiritual law of abundance. We know that when we freely and joyfully give, we are opening ourselves up to the abundance of the universe. So whatever amount you are guided to give, take it in your hands, or if you're giving online, just hold it in your heart, and feel the divine abundance in you. Bless it. Bless the giving that you're giving. Bless that. And know that divine source is your one true source of all. And I'm also going to ask you to hold an intangible blessing in your heart. A blessing for everyone in this unity community. It could be gratitude, it could be love, patience, strength, awareness, joy, whatever. However you wish to bestow an additional blessing today, let yourself feel as grateful as you can to God in you as your one true source, and then please join me in our offering blessing together. Divine love, flowing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive, and so it is. Amen.
I'm going to turn my microphone on first, but now we are going to sing Deliver Me one last time together. And I was talking to a couple of congregants before the service who were, I'm really not getting those words. They're so hard to pronounce. And I was like, listen, try your best. I feel that part of singing this song is us trying, like honoring those cultures' sacred words. And it doesn't matter if we get them perfect. It's the act of trying for me. So it's all right. Try to have fun, and we'll do our best on those complicated words there. Give me this day my daily bread. Forgive me all my trespasses, and lead me not into dismay. But let me pray upon the highest hill. Let me know the beauty of thy will, and from it let me not stray. But deliver me from negativity. Baptize me in your majesty. Christen me with the love that is free. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. When I realize that we are one, and only with these eyes do I see. Thy word is heard from mountains high, and valleys low through summer skies, in lands of war and lands where there is peace. Tete malkuta net kadeshema watula hewa hela watesh bukta. From Catholic saints to Hindu names, Buddhist chants and refrains, bless all the paths our feet walk to be free. Baruch atah Adonai, Om Shanti El Shaddai, Om Namah Shivaya.
it's not necessarily an easy song to sing, but I like it. Well, with this Sunday, we conclude our talk series called Many Faiths, One God, which is based on the book Unity and World Religions. And somebody has their phone on. And that book is by Paul John Roach. We focused on finding our be gone with you. I know, he's more embarrassed than anything, you know. Poor guy. So the book is Unity and World Religions by Paul John Roach, and we focused on finding our unity similarities with Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, and today it will be Buddhism. And the discussion table in the community room has certainly been buzzing every week, and we also had some great discussions in the Zoom meeting on Monday nights. Now, of course, tomorrow night will be the last Monday night, and today is the last community discussion day. But why are we doing this exploration? Just for intellectual knowledge? Or as a path to something more important or essential? There is much that can cause division from each other during these days, isn't there? And it can seem that everyone is very reactive. Recently someone said to me, well, it can't get any more divisive, can it? Well, I think it can if we let it or continue to participate in it. So this series is an attempt to put the brakes on, to pause, and to have a realization of our responsibility to rise higher, knowing that as we do, we raise others up. And as others are raised up, so the whole world rises. And yet, how do we do this? Well, one way is focusing on the good, on our similarities, instead of what keeps us apart. It's easy to see what separates us or what we don't like about them. In fact, it might even be a safety issue, right? Our desire to keep safe might have us looking for differences, and then we see danger lurking and decide to keep away from them. And true, there are some people, because of their beliefs or their behaviors, that are not safe to be around. And yet, we can still affirm the truth of their being, that like us, they too are one with God. They are the Christ. They are spiritually perfect. Whether or not they choose to live from that space, it's really none of my business, right? My responsibility is to hold the high watch. And as Kate said, that's the theme of our World Day of Prayer on September 7th. To hold the high watch is to first acknowledge your oneness with the divine, and then to hold that truth for all others, even if we cannot yet see that with our human eyes. And then we can take a step further by realizing that everyone is simply attempting to walk home to embrace their truth. But most people don't even know how to do that. So many are psychologically, emotionally, or physically hurting. And yet by you affirming their spiritual wholeness and vitality, their oneness with God, you are a blessing to them and to the world. As a result of this Sunday Talk series, I hope that you will understand the importance of your own thoughts, words, and actions, and then strive to live from your understanding of oneness and to be a blessing in the world. All right, yes, I'm setting the bar high for our unity truth students and seekers. And yes, I am affirming that you are a blessing. So now, let's see what similarities we can find in Buddhism. And what I first discovered is that Buddhism is not so much a religion as it is a way of life. Buddhists don't spend much time on questions of theology or what or who is God. Rather, they are focused on creating a life without suffering. And they do that with very clear advice and instructions and with very little or no dogma. For me, this took me back to our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, who called unity practical Christianity. Instead of looking to the afterlife, we might focus on the here and now and how each one of us can create heaven on earth. Practical Christianity. And so yes, unity too has very little or no dogma. Instead, it has principles and tools and teachings that can assist you on your spiritual path. You can agree with unity teachings or not. And you are still not only welcomed here, but you can even become a voting member. We're all just helping each other walk home, walking a path on our spiritual journey together. Now, in the opening of this chapter, Unity in Buddhism, the author writes that Buddhism has been referred to as the light of Asia and provides the most systematic and insightful spiritual psychology known to humankind. I had never heard that used before, spiritual psychology. But it is also one of the oldest religions or spiritual practices. It was founded in northeastern India sometime between the late 6th century and the early 4th century before the Common Era, which was a period of great social change and intense religious activity. Now, both Hinduism and Buddhism were here way before Jesus, and many people believe that Jesus was influenced by these two. But as of yet, there has been no proof, just a lot of speculation. So many of you know that Buddhism came about from the experiences of an Indian prince known as Siddhartha, who was born into wealth and luxury and all things beautiful and pleasing. And yet, he became dissatisfied. You know, even with a diet of your favorite sweets, you will eventually long for a balanced meal. Anybody ever experienced that? Yeah. Oh, just for some normal food and not all this sugar. Yeah. So he left his wife and family and set off and eventually discovered the balance he didn't even know that he desired. The time spent under the Buddha tree seeking enlightenment was to be called the awakening, which occurred when he was 35 years old. He then spent the next 45 years teaching the Dharma, or the truth, to growing numbers of people. Now, the Buddha is not a god, but rather a title for an enlightened being. Siddhartha encouraged everyone to be your own lamp, be your own refuge. It is said that his last words were, "Impermanent are all formations. Observe this carefully, constantly." These words are to spur us on to personal responsibility, to discover our own truth, which is very similar to unity. Yes, we study unity teachings and strive to follow in the footsteps of Jesus, but it is ultimately up to each one of us to live the truth that we know. Buddha's primary concern was to relieve the suffering of humankind and provide an effective template for self-transformation. He counseled against a reliance on authority, and that doubt was healthy. In Unity, we also urge people to go within for their guidance, or as we have been saying this year, pray first. In fact, our co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote in his book titled Prosperity, "Do not take anyone's word for it, but try the law of abundance for yourself. The other fellow's realization of substance or God will not guarantee yours. You must become conscious of it for yourself." Our second unity principle of the divinity within each person might appear to be at odds with Buddhism's concept of no self, which is a teaching that there is in humans no permanence, no underlying substance that could even be called a soul. Instead, the individual is composed of 5 factors, or skandhas. There's material form, there's mental form, sensation, perception, and consciousness. But these are constantly changing. Buddha wanted his followers to be aware of these changeable parts of the self so as to break the trance of the material that he believes leads to suffering. He also taught that we are to be aware of and on guard against the 3 fires called greed, hatred, and delusion. Certainly in Unity, we teach that everything here in the physical or material world is real, but we also teach that it's changeable. It has come to pass. Everything changes. And if you haven't discovered that in the last 2 years, everything changes here. And the only absolute or non-changeable is that which is of God, the divine spirit. Buddha did affirm the blessing of being alive in this human form, and that freedom from suffering, which is also called nirvana, is not just a goal for a chosen few, but for everyone. And yet one of the most impactful teachings of Buddhism is meditation. It's certainly one of our principles, prayer meditation. Buddhism offers a multitude and a variety of meditations, including mindfulness, loving kindness, the path of the great perfection or oneness, the Zen koan, among others. The Tibetan Buddhist teacher, Sangye Rinpoche, put it very succinctly: bring the mind home, release, and relax. Many of us know about some of the great Buddhist teachers. One such teacher is the Buddhist monk Pema Chodron. And in fact, if you remember, I did a Sunday talk series on her book titled Welcome the Unwelcome. I think it was just the first summer of COVID. And we needed that book. Another great teacher is the 14th Dalai Lama, who together authored a book with Desmond Tutu entitled The Book of Joy. And I thought this might be a good book for a book study. If you think so, let me know, okay? But you might also know his famous quote about religions, which is this: my religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. Yeah. And of course, the very well-known Buddhist monk and peace activist, Thich Nhat Hanh. He wrote this parable I want to read to you. After a few hours, let me start at the beginning. That would be good, right? There's this monk. Once upon a time. No, he didn't write that. There is this monk who decides to meditate alone. Away from his monastery, he takes a boat and goes out into the middle of the lake. he closes his eyes and begins to meditate. After a few hours of undisturbed silence, he suddenly feels the blow of another boat hitting his. With his eyes still closed, he feels the anger rising up in him. And when he opens his eyes, he is ready to shout at the boatman who dared to disturb his meditation. But when he opened his eyes, he saw that it was an empty boat, not tied up, but instead floating in the middle of the lake. At that moment, the monk achieves self-realization and understands that the anger is within him. It simply needs to hit an external object to provoke it. After that, whenever he meets someone who irritates or provokes his anger, he remembers this other person is just an empty boat. Anger is inside me. So this parable might have you think about all the times you were hit by an empty boat and how you let your anger take over. Can you hold such an occurrence as a blessing and a lesson? How might you do that? What might that look like? Well, I typed up this parable and some of these questions and left it on the discussion table in the community room. So enjoy, discuss. Because in Unity, we often remind people that everything, even the so-called good or the bad, that in all things there is a blessing and a lesson. Certainly, this is also seen as a truth teaching in Buddhism. Here the 11th century Buddhist teacher, Atisha, reminds us. The best spiritual friend is one who attacks your hidden faults. The best instructions are the ones that hit those faults. The best friends are mindfulness and vigilance. The best incentives are enemies, obstacles, and the suffering of illness. The best method is not to fabricate anything. So yes, we have common ground in knowing that there is in everything a blessing and a lesson. Well, with today, we have spent 5 Sundays looking for similarities with 5 other religions or philosophies. We have learned a bit about each of these religions, and perhaps we have also sharpened our ability to find the good, to find common ground, to find the blessing in all people and in all things. We in Unity have the honor and responsibility to bring a brighter and bolder light into the world. And we do this every time we refuse to see only our differences or disagreements. Yes, we definitely see them. And we can also see the divinity within ourselves and all others. So let's go forward, embracing that challenge of seeing with spiritual clarity and truly be a blessing in the world. Some of you know this because you're here at 10:10 on Sunday. But each Sunday at 10:10, whoever is here gathers in the community room and repeats after me, I am a blessing. And we don't just repeat it, do we? No. We say it very loudly. We want to feel that inside, not just have it as, a nice idea. We really want to feel, I am a blessing. So I'm going to invite you to join me in doing that right now. We're all going to together say, I am a blessing. And we're going to say it like we mean it, like we know it, and like we own it. Ready? All right. I'm going to say it, and you're going to repeat after me. I am a blessing. Together. I am a blessing. Now let's go do that. And so now, Carolyn is going to lead us in our peace song, and then we'll say our prayer for protection, and then we'll have a final song. Thank you.
All right, deep breaths. Let's sing our peace song together. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, Carolyn. Please join me in our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Well, thank you to everyone who helped make this a wonderful service today. And I especially want to thank our prayer chaplains, who I know are holding us in sacred prayer this morning. And we also have prayer chaplains who are here to pray with you after the Sunday service. Not sure, I think Lee and anyone else? Lynn. There you are. Lynn and Louise, there we go. Lynn and Louise are here, and they will be here after the service is over. And if you'd like to have one-on-one prayer time, just go up to them and say, would you pray with me? And they'll take it from there. If you are if you're at home watching and you have a prayer request, just send an email to prayerrequest@unityhartford.org. That will go to our prayer chaplains, who would be honored to pray with you. And of course, they'll keep your prayer requests confidential. If you're here in the sanctuary, there is a prayer card right in the little slot in front of you. You can fill that out, and there's a prayer box, the brown box, that's right in the back of the sanctuary on your right as you leave. And so we thank all our prayer chaplains for doing that with us, being available to pray with us today. Okay, and somehow, no matter what I do, I always get my papers confused. There we are. There are many who, of course, who helped with today's service. Thank you to our worship assistant, Kate Morrison. Thank you, my dear. The live stream team, Jim, Marty, and Angela. Thank you. Our greeters, Gail, and Julie, everybody was out there this morning. I'm not sure who. It seemed like everybody was. Julie and Gail, I think, were the primary. Is that it? But Lois was there. Maria was there. And thank you to our ushers. And I already forgot who they were. Sandra and Bonnie. Okay, thank you, Sandra and Bonnie. And thank you to everyone who set up in the hospitality, Jocelyn and Marty and a few other people there. And of course, if you'd like to be in sacred service this morning, just offer to help clean up. We always need extra people to help do that, and it'll make it go that much quicker. So thank you in advance for that cleanup of the hospitality. If anyone is here for the first time, I invite you to let us know so that we can give you a Unity Visitors Package. Anyone here? Okay, thank you. If anyone is watching online and it's your first time, or you've been here a couple times and now you're just really curious, send us an email. We would be delighted to mail to you a Visitors or Welcome Package that includes information about this church and about Unity Worldwide. Just send that email to officemgr@unityhartford.org. And please join us in the community room for some goodies and for our Unity and Buddhism discussion table. Just look for the green tablecloth, and please note that I'm not leading that discussion. That's all of you guys are doing that. So I hope you have fun with it. And now you're there. Why are you there?
Well, you've snuck up on me a few times. You thought you were going to get away, right?
I'm
on your
almost done.
sabbatical. And what we want to give you a unity blessing.
Aw.
We as a community, the ones here and of course the ones that are not here, right here and right now, we want to send you off. I know that you're going to get invigorated, inspired, and all of that, and we are all going to step up. We know that. And and that white space, don't worry, Reverend Christine,
You're
I'm only
filling
kidding. All right, let's put our hands together, get the energy flowing as we together do the unity blessing. We love you. We appreciate. What is it? We bless you. I'm sorry. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. Can we do it one more time?
Do we know it?
You ready? Yeah. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. Woo!
Thank you very much. And Carolyn.
All right. So this song is called One Voice. It is by someone named Fred Bogert. And on your lyric sheet, you should have at the very bottom, there are about 4 lines that I would love for you to sing with me. They're very easy. We've done this before. If you were here, you can be one of the leaders. So I'm going to sing it for you really quick. It goes like this. To sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. Think you can do that? All right, we got it. That's the chorus. So, all right. There is a time to be alone, each one of us a separate being of our own. And there's a time when we conspire to come together and unite our heart's desire. Here we go. To sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. To set aside our differences and realize the gift it is to raise a joyous noise with one voice. There is a place that we can go inside the little private world we call our own. And there's a place we rise above. We unify and celebrate the way we love. Here we go. To sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. To set aside our differences and realize the gift it is to raise a joyous noise in one voice. There is a longing for a place where we belong. There's never been a better time for us all to sing a song in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. Let me do it again. To sing with one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. One more time. To sing with one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. To set aside our differences and realize the gift it is to make a joyous noise with one voice. Thank you, and thanks for your help. That was fun. So thank you to everyone for joining us today, and we hope you'll join us on Wednesday for the meditation service streamed live to Facebook at 7 p.m. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday right here in the sanctuary or online at 10:30. Have a wonderful week, and thanks for being here.